Warning, following video contains spoilers, sarcasm, lies, exaggeration, drug references, unhinged ranting, crude humor, sex jokes, disregard for canon, and a lack of concern for your political beliefs.
Honestly, I don't take myself too seriously, and neither should you. A show like The Legend of Korra couldn't be made today. It's an amazing true story of a woman replacing a man and the internet not imploding over it. Because tits. Welcome to America. Hope you like it, because you're trapped here for 2 seasons. Story begins in the Ice Boonies, some people call the South Pole, where a war criminal and a smoker give their daughter away to the world's worst tea club, RIP OG White Lotus. This is a new game plus, so the starting character already has 3 out of the 4 elements. And there was a 2 out of 3 chance that dad thought she wasn't his. Burning away 10-something years of penguin sledding and kidnappings, now hot avatar Korra is getting her morning workout in by cooking breakfast. She's out of weak sauce and has to check with her neighbors. Creepy old people look around disapprovingly, but no one gives a shit, they'll all be dead soon anyway. Also, Katara has completed her transformation to a granny, but unlike Gran, none of the old people here are worth rebounding on. Flying in on farmer's insurance, JK Tenzin is here because after 3 kids, he's had enough and wants the abortion. Some people say that might be harsh, but fuck these kids. Except you, Janora, you're cool. And the middle one, I think her name's Kiki? Oh, for sure, fuck Milo though. Kiki, she's cool.
What happened to Zuko's mom?
Well, Janora, it's an incredible tale.
Gran, you look old.
Scratch that, she needs to die. 4 for 4, Korra is all over Tenzin, wanting some of that sweet air, but midlife crisis isn't going to let another kid cramp his style, so he blows her off to keep balling with his crew. Ripped Korra is sad that she can't learn airbending and that her mount can't fly. Taking old Yeller outside, needing the house for herself tonight, Katara tells a little cockball she should go to the big city and be Tenzin's problem, riding the world's worst pleasure cruise. My first buff crush Korra arrives in New York, where she proceeds to get lost, touch another woman's meat, let a homeless person near her, and damage public property. Oh, she also makes fun of people fighting for their rights. Because fuck equality. Running away, after nearly committing a hate crime, she stumbles on an inclusive bunch of gangsters who breaks the stereotype of firebenders being the bad guys by having the firebender be the main bad guy. Not on my watch, Korra beats them up so she can mug the old couple, getting chased by the Attack on Titan police, who all suck. The Iron Pigs hogtie the young lady and inspire Rule 34 artwork somewhere. Down in prison, definitely uses the death penalty Lin Beifong is here to be awesome. The Iron Woman is about to start the interrogation, but her not baby daddy pops in to bail out his 4th child. He's livid that she's here, but is blackmailed by Korra with news of his mom's love life. Publicly announcing she's queen to an audience, we get a sneak peek of Amon and his party of equality ninjas,
who will always look cool but never be relevant.
A fuckboy in the wind. New place, same prison. Korra is forced into her new prison clothes. Over this already, Tenzin decides if she won't be quiet, she'll be concussed, setting up the world's worst windmill farm, and some leaf philosophy bullshit about enlightenment or some crap. His elder daughter buys it and somehow makes it through, so now Korra failing will hurt all the more. Breasts and talking to newspapers, she eventually gives up on that to listen to gay porn, because there's no way this is a real sport. Starting without him, Tenzin is pissed so he shuts it down and talks to Korra about the importance of abstinence. Unable to meditate with everyone watching, Dropout Korra runs away again to catch a sports game. Gets caught by Rocky, but Korra's pacifist run is saved when Bolin bails her out because he thinks she's hot. Definitely on Tinder and lying that he's 6-foot Bolin, takes Korra courtside to help seal the deal, but sadly Diet Zuko is there to be pouty and cuck his little brother. He's an antisocial ass with nice hair, which means he's anime hot. They play the sports game that doesn't matter, and Korra decides to take Katara's advice and pick the firebender, blowing his chances by assuming she's a waterbender based on how, well, everything. Already just a friend, Bolin simps himself out by teaching Korra some moves, while Mako just has to be disinterested to win. Next day, Korra calls Tenzin a boomer, so she's back to running the gauntlet. Snapping, she burns it all down, only for us to find out that those were antiques. Why they aren't in a museum is anyone's guess. Going back to his gold digger wife, who tells him to chill out and give her $20. Korra breaks out of the house again to cripple the water guy on the brothers team and take his place. Scoring up, she rocks it.
Wait a minute, did that waterbender just earth bend?
You're supposed to be water? Crap. Now everyone knows Korra is here, even the prude. Nimbusing his ass all the way over there to be disapproving, but he can't actually hit her, so she tells him to buzz off and to suck less. Heading back into the game, Korra finally figures out that she can dodge, winning the game, and Tenzin realizes this is his way out of teaching, so he assigns her 20 credits of whatever this is, and pieces the fuck out. And the episode ends with Korra and Mako eye-banging across the bay. A revelation. I'm never getting my money back from The Last Airbender. This one opens up with more will they won't they nonsense in a literal love triangle. Then this new guy walks in and I really want to say he's Bolin's pimp. So I will. Bolin's pimp, Daddy Rocks, is here to give the crew the scratch Bolin earned from turning tricks, only to take it all back because hair gel and outfits are expensive. Also, they need 3,000 fantasy dollars to buy into the next tournament that refuses to be relevant. Backstory: Bolin tells us why they live on the streets.
No, it's all right. It's just, ever since we lost our parents, we've been on our own.
Orphans in animation are like toddlers in alcohol. You'll always find one in the other. Needing to raise money, Ho Bolin heads back out to the streets to start turning tricks for money again. Then a gangster pops up and offers to pay Bolin to get in the car and help him with something, which no butt stuff Bolin accepts. Great, idiot trafficking. Over in another part of the story, inner peace my ass Mako can lightning bend because anyone can do it now. Returning home to find his brother not there and on his knees for once, the real Ho Mako decides to pay out of his league Korra a platonic house call, platonically of course, to make some shipping fuel together, and people ate this ship up, which I like to call Pity Zutara. After making goo-goo eyes at each other, they realize Bolin isn't around doing wacky hijinks to ruin their date, so something must be wrong. Checking in with Bolin's drug dealer, who tells them to check the strip club, hitting up the club only to find that the private party got raided by steampunk ninjas, chasing them down to demand payment for Bolin's services, but the people in tights get scared away by the Arctic Retriever. Now with their schedule free again, Korra uses Mako as a lookout so she can mug an equality bro. Stealing his flyers, they figure out where the rave is happening and head over to go party, only to be disappointed that it's a rally, but thankfully not the tiki torch kind. The couple gets a front row seat to the light show as Bernie Bro Amon equalizes the streets by taking out the crime lord, crippling him for life. Gimping an easy Amon can take people's bending away by gently caressing their forehead. Pissed off there's no smoke, Korra improvises, grabbing their idiot who was about to get scarlet lettered. Sparky stick guy nearly looks intimidating for a second, but then the dog shows up and everyone runs away. Korra talks with Tenzin about hiring Bolin for his wife's baby shower, and Tenzin says he'll think about it. Dark in the night. Mako gets a sugar mama, Korra gets a sugar daddy, and Bolin is still underappreciated. Too much ecstasy before bed, Korra is having anxiety dreams, which, judging by the next 3 seasons, she should get used to. Balling with the old heads Tenzin is back hanging out with his crew, which the new guy is trying to take over, convincing the other two that secret police are fun.
This is just another one of your ploys to gain more power, isn't it?
That line always makes me laugh for some reason. After the meeting, midlife crisis Tarlok realizes he needs a new, not legal woman in his life, showing up at Korra's house and starts saying everything she wants to hear, and expensive gifts. Over in the street, Mako is trying to fake a hit and run so he can sue, but the cyclist is hot, so he settles for dinner. This is voiced by a dickhead Asami. Yeah, same person. After some fine dining that his broke ass definitely didn't pay for, way too good for him Asami takes Mako to meet her dad, who is just like Henry Ford, only secretly racist. But the old man has money and loves his daughter, so he gives Mako money to stop being around his daughter. During an event, Korra's bummed her first pick got swooped by an Asian chick. Feel free to debate the ethnicity of fictional characters in the comments below. Now trying to make him jealous, she joins Tarlok's team. Together they start beating up parkour enthusiasts. Then one winning streak Korra challenges Agumon to a fight. Meanwhile, Mako kept his winning streak up by getting to what I'm gonna assume is second base. And speaking of base, Korra's hanging out at the base of this statue, hoping her match doesn't show. For a moment it looks like he's standing her up. He brought friends too. Rude. Not ready to kill children yet, Amon lets her go, promising to kill her later when she's 18. Killing a minor would hurt his brand. Getting knocked out, Korra dreams of best girls, only for her dreams to get ruined by a middle-aged Tenzin, who has to look after Korra, who is still tripping balls. Spirit of the Friend Zone. Mako hits 2 home runs, and Bolin finds out he was never even up to bat. Starting off with Team Love Triangle hiding the fact they all secretly love each other, but Yoko Ono pops in to get the team's Ringo and to rub it into Korra's face that she basically owns the team now. 8th time's the charm. Bolin asks Korra out, but she doesn't date rock guys. Cooking some crack back at his apartment, Bolin asks his brother if he has a shot with Korra, who laughs himself into next week. Over on Purity Island, Korra brags about her non-existent sex life to middle schoolers. Can't get a man, Korra has to ask the gold digger what to do, and her advice? Putting out. Seeing as she has kids with the prude, Pima must be doing something right. After a match, bad advice Korra tries getting into Mako's leather pants, but just no. Already made the reservation though, so she takes Bolin, which finally gets Mako's attention. The two make a pact to get married when they're both 110. Some anime D-wad pops up to be annoying and give the show at least one crack ship. Naga comes in to keep Korra from breaking the douche's legs. Always swipes right Bolin, buys Korra some more drinks, as she pretends not to be ashamed of herself. But who cares? She can rub it in Mako's smug face. They continue with this nonsense in the game, then they stop playing them and wrecking the poor drug addict's heart. Best bro Mako tells his brother he's sorry for stealing his girl again. It's not his fault, you're a bitch. Then Mako has to carry him home like one. During more boxing with After Effects, the team can't work together. Then they do. The end. And the winner is you. If you subscribe, you've watched this far, I must be doing something right. The team is pumped now that they got all that love drama out of the way. From here on out, the show will be a well-oiled son of a... Things pick up when the diabolical terrorist Amon enacts his cruelest plan yet, hijacking the radio waves to only play royalty-free music. Also, he won't kneel for the anthem. Deciding he's gone too far this time, Amon can cripple pimps. He can kidnap her 10th backup husband. He can trick his followers into wearing steampunk as casual wear. But if you don't kneel for the anthem, busting into City Hall and crashing Tenzin's wicked spring break story, Korra demands Tenzin do something about Amon ruining their workout playlists. All About Me Tarlok assume Korra has come crawling back to him, which, ew. But the council is busy and goes back to its important work of legalizing weed for wolf rabbits. Only bad bitch in this city says hell no and offers a counter solution. Do what she says and she won't release Tenzin's nudes or Tarlok's search history to the public.
She has my support.
Tenzin asks her to burn all those pics, but that's not happening, and she tells him to slap his wife for her. Put together Korra has had her brain broke by the idea of Tenzin and Lin together, but at least she now knows where to go if she wants to end his marriage. Over at Amazon, Bezos in a mask is up to his latest evil scheme. In the arena, not a hypothetical Tenzin talks about leaving his wife for real this time, but Lin knows he'll never do it. He's down to one parent, and Pima is already 1 for 1. So the match begins between the fire ferrets and the cheats. Some funny moments happen, but then the good guys lose, because the ref thinks red is tacky. Not what's usually in my popcorn ninjas, arm up and attack. Tenzin is too busy trying to cheat on his wife to notice. The rave stick guy induces some shock therapy. Someone finally shut that stupid narrator up.
He is leveling one of those glove devices at me now, and I believe he is about to electrocute me. I am currently wetting my pants.
Feel the Burn Amon is here and bringing the street justice for that haircut. He then gives a TED talk about the benefits of universal healthcare and throws in some 40s racist eugenics just for funsies. Down below, worst Rufus the Naked Mole Rat for his worst team avatar, though Mako looks pretty excited to be tied up. Finishing his speech by blaming the filthy swamp people, leaving in the hot air balloon, doesn't have this. Korra gets saved by Spider-Woman, but drops a ball by not hitting Amon, who doesn't have time for this and lets his entourage deal with the groupie. I can't stop hearing Lost in the Echo during this fight. The real hero of the story has to save Korra again, the bad guy escape, but probe ending has been destroyed. So I'm calling it a win. The aftermath. Asami is keeping Bolin and Mako around as eye candy. Asami takes Korra for a non-sexual drive around the block, and we find out Ford is a racist. No surprise there. Tweedledee and Dumb need a place to live after Amon burned down the house. Only one bedroom, Korra invites Mako to stay at her place. Bolin can sleep with the dog, but this would be a great scarf Asami has called dibs, and is keeping the two at her crib. Out of luck, Korra has to retreat for now, and to cheer herself up, goes to make fun of a cripple. Poor Ishigami. One transition later, New York cop Lynn is carrying on the family tradition, bankrupting the cabbage people.
Oh, no paperwork, just sprinkle some crack on them, let's get out of here.
Over in New Money Land, What Plastic Surgery Asami invites Korra into her house to show off her work-in-progress harem. Lin stole all of Bolin's crack to frame the cabbage guy, so he started doing rich people drugs. Moving the party over to her third racetrack, Asami starts flirting with her real goal, who's into it. Lust from Full Metal beats a guy in a race just to prove she can, and absolutely isn't compensating for not being a bender. Using the restroom, Korra finds Bolin's special stuff. A now very high Korra overhears Ford using the N-word.
The cops show up.
But he says it was all a misunderstanding. He said it, but he's rich. Everyone pretends to do their job and ignoring all the contraband in the factory. Asami is mad that her father isn't going to jail, as she had plans to renovate the 29th bathroom. Mako is mad that Korra snitched and be some South Pole snowflake. Korra finds nudes of Tenzin on the ground, and the photographer admits Ford has hundreds. Realizing that Lin isn't the only one with blackmail on Tenzin, they raid the mansion to seize it. Already bored of them, Asami is thankful for the interruption and takes them to her father's not sex dungeon. Going on a quest for nudes, they find them, and some Big Daddy tanks. Because mechas were the one thing this show was missing. Mako and Bolin try to keep their sugar mama entertained, but she tells them to go get Korra instead. Down below, Korra is trapped in another rave cave. The racist makes his move and wants to enact his master plan of turning this fantasy show into sci-fi. Then everyone gets wasted and they all nearly get shipped to rehab. Team Pussy Whip shows up, tries to help everyone escape, but fail. Find out Ford knows about the kiss, and that's why he's trying to kill them. Sami shows up to rescue her boo. Ford admits he really just hates non-rich people. She shocks her dad and rescues Korra. Everyone else had to make it home on their own. Mako finds out Korra is going to steal his girl, and the blimp taxes everyone back home.
And that's all for now.
I'm gonna do the rest of season 1 next week. I'm a quote, essential worker, so I was just too busy this week to finish. But what can you do? Me? Nothing. But you all can like, share, and subscribe, donate money on Patreon so my broke ass can afford to quit my real job to focus on this. But I'd also settle for you following me on social media. Praise me and hate me in the comments, and you all stay honest, Sarcastic fans.